Shabbat Shalom! It's my favorite evening of the week, Friday evening, time for Shabbat. And let me put a little tape on my face. So funny. You're not supposed to put tape on your face. You're supposed to put tape on paper and different things like that. But when I don't put tape on my face, my microphone moves away from my face, and then you can't hear me. And now look how clearly you can hear me. Do I look clearer than I did a week ago? That's because we have a brand new camera, and you can probably hear me better and see me better. I'm so excited for this. This is being controlled by people all the way in California. Can you believe that? They're 1,000 miles away and still controlling our camera. Well, I want to say to all of you, Shabbat Shalom, and to warm up our Shabbat hands. So let's get our fingers. Let's go wiggle, 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 Shabbat Shalom, bonk, bonk. I know it's silly, but it is a fun way to start the day. So let's grab our hands again. Wiggle, 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 Shabbat Shalom, bonk, bonk. All right. Now that we've warmed up our Shabbat fingers, how about we sway this way and sway that way and this way and that way and this way and that way. And if you have a friend or a brother or sister or mom and dad or grandma or grandpa or somebody sitting next to you, you can put your arm around them and say, Shabbat Shalom, and rock back and forth, and sing with me, Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yahad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yahad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yahad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yahad. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yahad. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yahad. Hine ma tov. I'll act like I'm underwater. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yahad. 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 Hine ma tov, yalai, yalai. Hine ma tov, yalai, yalai. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yahad. I always love starting with that song because it talks about how nice it is for us to be together. And so, I think with that song too, it gives me this special feeling all over my body. It's a certain feeling that I feel every Friday evening. I call it my Shabbat feeling. So, really right now, I feel it in my eyes, up in my einayim, as we say in Hebrew. I've got that Shabbat feeling up in my einayim, up in my einayim, up in my einayim. I've got that Shabbat feeling up in my einayim, up in my einayim today. And you know where I also feel it? I feel it in my fingers, my etzba'ot. And so maybe you can wiggle your fingers and sing with me. I've got that Shabbat feeling in my etzba'ot, in my etzba'ot. In my etzba'ot, I've got that Shabbat feeling. In my etzba'ot today. What's going on down here? Oh, I know what's happening. My leg sometimes does this when it's Shabbat. My leg, whoop, it rips my microphone right off. I get so excited, I can't even control my legs. I've got that Shabbat feeling down in my regline, my legs. Down in my regline, I've got that Shabbat feeling. Down in my regline today. But Shabbat just makes me feel so relaxed and also feel so at peace. And it makes my heart happy. I feel it deep in my lev, in my heart. I've got that Shabbat feeling deep in my lev, deep in my lev, deep in my lev. I've got that Shabbat feeling deep in my lev today. Well, I've now got that Shabbat feeling up in my einayim, in my etzba'ot, down in my reglaim, and deep in my lev. It's like I have it all over me. So if you're sitting, I need you to stand up and sing, I've got that Shabbat feeling all over me, all over me, all over me. I've got that Shabbat feeling all over me today. Woo! All right, what time is it? We got one more song, I guess we can, or maybe two more songs before we start praying. So, of course, Shabbat would be so much better if you all were here with me, because it's kind of lonely without you. I just feel kind of all by myself in this big room right now. Wait, but I just heard a knock. I bet I know who that is. Oh my goodness. It is Shabbatosaurus Rex. Shabbatosaurus Rex, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for being here with me. So, how about we sing your favorite song? There's a dinosaur knocking on my door. Knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and he wants to spend Shabbat with me. First we light the candles, then we drink the wine, glug, glug, glug. Then we eat the challah, yum! It always tastes so fine. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and he wants to spend Shabbat with me. Well, Shabbatosaurus Rex, I noticed that in your song, the very first thing that we do is that we light the candles. It says first he lights the candles. What a great thing to do. I hope that you all maybe find a time for your parents to light Shabbat candles with you. Make sure that an adult is around and is maybe using the matches so you don't burn yourself or catch your house on fire. But that's such a great way to bring light and warmth in on Shabbat. And you can even get candles from the internet, or you can order them, but they also have them at the grocery store, like Smith's and Trader Joe's. And so maybe you can ask your parents if you can take just 2 minutes or even 1 minute every Friday evening to light some candles together. How about we sing a song about candles? 1 little, 2 little Shabbat candles, 1 little, 2 little Shabbat candles, 1 little, 2 little Shabbat candles on my Shabbat table. Dance little Shabbat candles. Dance little Shabbat candles. Dance little Shabbat candles on my Shabbat table. Melt little Shabbat candles. Melt little Shabbat candles. Melt little Shabbat candles on my Shabbat table. Well, Shabbat Rex, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to pray. Are you ready to pray? If you are, you can say, I'm ready to pray. Well, I am, so I'm going to say, I'm ready to pray. And if you connect to praying by getting up and dancing and moving your body and jumping up and down, that is awesome. I like to pray that way too. You can totally do that. So let's stand up for our call to prayer, the Baruch Hu. Yai lai lai la lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai la lai lai. Yai la la lai. I always like to warm up my voice with that. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. May be seated. And this is a prayer where we can get very, very, very quiet. I like to often get myself quiet by making a shh sound. I go shh. And then I think. And when I have a good idea, I go, And then when I think about God and how God is everywhere and there's only one God that's in everything around us, including you and me, I go, So I start with shh, shh, Shema. That is the name of this prayer, the Shema. It means listen. So maybe you can take a moment. I wonder if we can be completely quiet for 10 seconds. And if you can listen and hear any sounds around you. I heard the wind. When I'm at home, though, I hear my dogs moving around and barking. When I was a kid, I would hear my little brother crying or making noises. Or maybe I would hear my mom making dinner or the phone ringing. Sometimes I'd hear cars going by or birds outside. I just heard a motorcycle. When we stop and listen very carefully, we can experience a lot of things around us, including God. So how about we cover our eyes and just listen? Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. I also like sometimes to thank God for things like just being a free person. That means a lot to me. There are some kids around the world who have to work in factories or don't have very happy lives. And the fact that we are free is a real, real gift. I hope someday every child will be free too. But we can sing a song that our great grandparents sang when they became free for the first time. Yad bye bye bim bim bum, yad bye bye bim bum, yad bye bye bim bim bum, yad bye bye bim bum, ha ya 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 ya, yad bye bye bim bum, ha ya 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 ya, yad bye bye bim bum. Mi hamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh, no ratihilo o sefele, no ratihilo o sefele, ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ya bye bye bim bum. Ah, ya, 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 bye, bye, bim, bum. And now we can stand up, and this is our chance to have our own private prayers with God. And I like to sing, Anananananana Adonai, Ananananana Svatai Tiftach, Ananananana Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Anananananana Adonai, Anananananana Svatai Tiftach, Ananananana Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Anananananana Adonai, Ananananana Sifatai Tiftach, Ananananana Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. And you can think about your own prayer to God at this time. Maybe you want to ask for something in your life, like a new puppy, or to be able to go to school when it's safe. Or maybe you can say thank you to God for something, like your mom or your dad, or for sunshine and flowers. Maybe you can just say, wow, this is neat for us to live in this world in this time where I can watch TV and watch Shabbatosaurus Rex and still be together. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avoda ve'al gemilut hasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avoda ve'al gemilut hasadim. That song means that the world stands like that. There's three things in the world that are super important. One is praying to God. One is doing nice things for other people. And the other is studying Torah. And we study Torah sometimes by learning stories from it. That's why the Torah is my favorite favorite book. It has such great stories that can teach us so very much. And so, I'm going to tell you a story that we read in this week's Torah portion. Well, once there was a boy, and his name was Caleb. And Caleb lived with all the people of Israel. And Caleb got very, very, very frustrated. Because no matter what Caleb did, everything seemed to go wrong for him. Caleb would go to the playground, and he would see another kid playing with a ball. And Caleb wanted to play with that ball. So he would go over, and he would shove that kid and take the ball away. Well, the teacher would then take the ball from Caleb and say, Caleb, because you pushed instead of using your words, you are going on time out. And so Caleb would sit and watch on the playground as all the other kids got to play and he didn't. Well, this was how Caleb often behaved. He was not good at sharing his toys. He would take things without asking, and when he would get angry, he would hit people. And so what would happen is that nobody would sit with Caleb at lunchtime. Or if there was a birthday party, Caleb would never be invited. And this made Caleb so very sad. Also, though, it wasn't just with his friends. Caleb would sometimes have trouble in school. Caleb would hear that there was a big project to do that day where all the kids had to build something out of blocks or use scissors and cut out pieces of paper and glue them onto a bigger piece of paper to make a beautiful picture. And Caleb would just go up to the teacher and give her the scissors and paper and say, "Do it for me." Well, Caleb did not do very well in school. He never did anything for himself. He said, "Why do I want to do hard work?" Caleb's teachers were very frustrated by this. And when the art show would come around for their class, everybody's parents would be so very proud seeing the beautiful pictures that their kids made that the teacher put up on the walls. But then Caleb's parents would look and say, "Where's Caleb's artwork?" And Caleb's teacher would say, "Caleb didn't feel like working today." This was really embarrassing for his parents. Well, Caleb kept getting in trouble, and he wasn't very happy. He would cry and say, "I want to go to birthday parties, I want to have friends, and I want my parents to be proud of me as well." And somebody told him, "You know, Caleb, you should maybe talk to Moses. Moses is the smartest Jewish person there is, and he has lots of good ideas to make you happy." So Caleb went and he talked to Moses and said, "Moses, I don't have any friends." And Moses said, "Well, Caleb, have you tried playing with other kids?" And Caleb said, "Yes, I see other kids playing with a ball, so I go up and I grab the ball from them, and if they try to take it from me, I push them." And Moses went, "Oh, I see." And Caleb said, "Well, and also my parents weren't very proud of me at the art show." And Moses said, "I'm surprised to hear this. What type of picture did you make for the art show?" And Caleb said, "Well, I didn't make a picture. The rest of the kids made pictures. I didn't feel like doing one." And Moses said, "I see. Caleb, I think I know the problem why you're not happy." And Caleb said, "Well, what is it? I want to know. I want to be able to fix it." And Moses taught this very important lesson in this week's Torah portion. He said, "Caleb, when you don't be nice to other people, or you don't work very hard, then you're not going to get good results. Let me ask you, Caleb, would you like it if somebody took your toys away from you? And Caleb said, no, I would not like that at all. And Caleb, would you be proud if somebody in your family didn't work very hard? No, I want them to work hard to make our family proud too. And Moses asked Caleb then, do you think if you came up to the other kids and said, can I play with you? And can we play ball together? That maybe they would like that more? And do you think if you worked really hard on a picture, your parents would be so proud of you and hang it up on the refrigerator? And Caleb said, maybe I should give that a try. And Moses told Caleb, one of the most important things, Caleb, to remember is that you're in charge of what happens to you. If you're nice to other people and you work hard, they'll like you and you'll be happy. And if you aren't very nice to other people and you don't work very hard, they probably won't like you as much. Caleb thought about this a lot. And the next morning he went to school and he saw the other kids playing with a brand new shiny ball. And Caleb went over to them and they went, oh boy, here comes Caleb. I bet he's going to steal our ball again. And Caleb said, can I play with you? They were surprised and said, well, okay, Caleb, you can play with us. And they would pass Caleb the ball and he would say, that was a great pass, Miriam. And then somebody would say, pass it to me, Caleb. And he'd say, here you go. Catch it, Reuben. And Reuben would catch it and say, great toss, Caleb. And this happened all day long. And then they went inside to school. And the teacher said, Mother's Day is coming up. Do people want to make their cards? And everybody said, yes, I want to make my mom a card for Mother's Day. And she started to pass out the papers. And she skipped over Caleb since he never wanted to do hard work. And Caleb said, wait, teacher, can I please have paper too? She was so surprised that Caleb asked so nicely and that Caleb wanted to work hard. And Caleb worked very hard, drawing his mom a nice picture and drawing hearts on it. And when he gave it to his mother on Mother's Day, she was so happy she started to cry and gave Caleb a big hug and kiss and said, this is the most beautiful card anyone has ever made for me, Caleb. I'm so proud of you. And Caleb realized that the message that Moses had in the Torah portion was so very true. When we're nice to other people and when we work hard, we're going to be very happy people that people like. And when we never help at all or never help our parents with chores around the house, or when we're mean to other people, then we make our own lives much more difficult. So let's go and do nice things and be nice to others this week and be helpful. Because in the end, not only will they like us more, but we'll be happier too. Thanks for listening to my story. So how about we finish? I'm going to open these special doors so you can see my favorite book that has all of our stories in it, the Torah. And we'll finish by singing a song for peace. Oh, say shalom, bimromav, say shalom, aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom, bimromav, say shalom, aleinu, ve'al kol, Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Hey, oh, say shalom, bimromav, say shalom, aleinu, ve'al kol, Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Shibasaurus Rex. Yeah, so when I came here a few years ago, I asked about security, and they didn't have anything. They're like, well, we don't need that. We're in Salt Lake City. Yeah. Yeah. Here, I don't know if we're still watching this. When we walk through it, so you're mic'd up? I am. Well, what works best for you? Do you want a mic like this? What'd you do with your hand? Oh, I was working on this one. Oh. It's a hazardous. Well, I'm so sorry. We just got that over a day. Lav mic is good. Well, you can either use this mic or whatever you want. Can hook you up on this too.
So this one, pop, pop, pop. Do you want me to stand over here?
No, so, I don't know if anybody's watching. Hi, if you're watching, you're about to hear the behind the scenes. We had this camera that was not very good, where people could, maybe you saw it before.
No.
Where it was like watching C-SPAN, and the signals sometimes would go in and out. Not great, but did the trick. Anyways, this week we got these cameras in, and so people are going to be able to watch via Facebook Live, via YouTube Live, and via Zoom from these cameras, which have incredible picture and sound. And most weeks, there's going to be somebody remotely in California who's watching our service and controlling the cameras and zooming in and moving the cameras around. Like we can move this one, like these cameras can rotate 360 degrees, and so moving, moving the camera all around and following us, zooming in where need be. Since we just got hooked up today, they aren't watching live right now, but the people operating, but it will do that in future weeks.
Sounds good.
So let me switch this here. Oh, yeah, Elaine. Yeah. You wanted me to do the second one. I only know the first one. Actually, I think we do the first one. Okay. On for Friday night, the one that's. Yeah. Let me see which one. I believe we do the first one on Friday nights, and I think we do the more egalitarian one Friday nights, and the more traditional one on Saturday mornings. So take you all the outside, Brashicha, Huno Tishamayim via said, all right, so that's one you know. Moshavika ro, Bashamai Mima all, Ushinatu so big of a meromim, Elohenu. I mean, I can always take the lead on it if you want.
And then we go, and then I just know skipping to Vinamar.
Then that's totally fine. You can just skip to, or give a little pause and then skip to Vinamar. That's fine too.
Grand.
Let me just see, they put a